What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream, Lineman Life Live. It is Tuesday, and hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's getting off work, enjoying themselves, getting some happy hour in. Maybe finding a movie to watch or something. It's Tuesday, so not much going on. Slow day for the most part, but we're gonna talk about some things here today. Specifically, I wanted to get into talking about this NBA play-in tournament. Now, I don't know much about it. You guys will have to kind of school me on the who's and the what's. Like, I haven't paid much attention to the NBA this year. Just haven't really kept up with it. It's weird with the NBA right now. I don't know, like. It just all feels so, like, boring. I don't know. I mean, I keep up with the Mavericks, of course. Mavericks are my team. But that's pretty much it. Always hoping that LeBron's losing. LeBron in his quest for the ultimate super team to play each and every season. Looks like Looks like Golden State is actually in things this year. Golden State's kind of bounced back a little bit, I think. I mean, I've seen some highlights, but they really, I didn't expect them to get back to being, playoff competitive for a few seasons, especially with Stephen Curry and with, Klay Thompson being injured, then getting re-injured. Kind of felt like they were just going to be, kind of in limbo for a while, but they're doing all right. And here, you see, got them going up against the Lakers, only a few games behind them actually at that 8th spot. But so I guess how this works, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the 8 and the 7 will play. The winner of that moves into the 7 seed, and the 8 will play against the 10. For what exactly? So winner of 7 and 8 advances to number 7 seed in playoffs. Loser of 7 and 8, 7 and 8 game to face winner of 9 and 10. Winner advances to 8th seed. Okay, so the loser of 7 and 8 will play against the winner of 9 and 10. So the loser of 9 and 10 is out of it. So I guess the loser of 7 and 8 gets a second shot to snatch a spot in the playoffs by going up against the winner of 10 and 9. I mean, that's kind of cool. I like that. Like, that really, I mean, it adds, it feels innovative. It adds a little bit more to the season, because I mean, these dudes are, for the most part, in the old formula, people were just basically cruising through. If you got so many, if you weren't in the top 8 seeds, even if you were in the 9 seed or you were in the 9 spot and you're only back a couple of games, there's no chance you don't get in. This does actually give a chance for, the lower ranked teams to get in. I feel like that's at least worth it. Shoot, it's at least entertaining, if nothing else. So you got Washington and the Celtics. You got the Hornets. Ooh, the Hornets playing to try to get in. And the Pacers, both with terrible records. San Antonio and Memphis, both with, Memphis has got an all right record, but San Antonio definitely not. I'm happy to see that. I think my Mavs are in. My Mavs are in 5th, I think it is. Yeah, 5th, 42 and 30. I mean, shoot. We done bounced back. Thought it was going to be a big layoff when Dirk retired, but we done bounced back with Luka, the Jazz, though. Holy shit. The Jazz out of nowhere, and Phoenix. Okay. I see him. Shoot, who's watching it? Has anybody been watching it? I mean, it starts today, right? I'm pretty sure it starts today, yeah. May 18th. Shoot. Who do I pick in these? I'm definitely picking Golden State. I'm picking Memphis. So then it'll be Memphis and the Lakers. Ooh. I mean, I got you. I mean, you can't. The Lakers are going to get that. I'm pretty sure. They should. They should get that. They definitely should get that. Let me see. Then you got Boston. Man, I want to see Washington actually get in there. I want to see them get in there. I'm gonna go with Washington. Washington's gonna take that 7, and I'm gonna give it to the Hornets. The Hornets are gonna beat the Pacers, and then and then Washington's gonna beat the Hornets to get that 8 seed. That's how I think it plays out. And I have not seen a single game of NBA basketball in its entirety this season. So honestly, I don't know who has momentum. I don't know who has injuries. No idea. No idea. That's just me looking at these teams and just picking, just thinking about what I do know about the teams, which, I mean, for the Western Conference, I know a little bit more than the Eastern Conference, but shoot, Bradley Beal's over there in Washington. Shoot, dude's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast. Basketball is just like, I don't know, ever since the bubble last year, I just felt like basketball is just kind of like whatever. I just felt like it's kind of whatever because, I mean, there is too much politics swirling around in the NBA. I think it's just too heavy-handed. They got to be a little bit more subtle. Now, I don't have a problem with players like, speaking out, but definitely not. I mean, and then you don't have full crowds, so I mean, it's just not the same. You need that excitement. You need that electricity in the playoffs. You got to have that. You got to have it. I just don't think that I don't think you can really create that energy in the format that they got it right now, where there's not really that many people in the arenas. If Lakers get eliminated, I believe we'll have a 5-minute tree laugh fest. That would be funny to see. That'd be funny to see. I know who's not laughing. Packers fans. Because now, I mean, it's looking more and more like Aaron Rodgers might be done in Green Bay. I mean, I don't know, but they're saying that he's probably not gonna show up to anything. They're saying he's not gonna show up to OTAs, I believe, and looks like he definitely wants out. But a little article here from Bleacher Report. One-time career quarterbacks are a dying breed in today's NFL. And this is really focusing on, these quarterbacks who, I mean, I think we all figured that Aaron Rodgers was going to retire a Packer. I mean, I think we all did. I think we kind of, that's what we all felt like was the right thing to happen. Just like I think a lot of people felt like Brady would retire in New England. But we've been seeing it again and again. I mean, Peyton Manning was in Indianapolis forever, and he went to Denver, and he got a Super Bowl there. And it was like the worst game of his career, like the worst statistical game of his playoff career, and they won a Super Bowl. And I mean, and he wasn't the same guy. I think we all know that. Brett Favre, same thing. He was in Green Bay, ended up in Minnesota. Shoot, I mean, I think the one guy who did actually end up, he didn't start with them, but that's a team he ended up kind of playing his entire career with, was Drew Brees. Drew Brees ended up retiring a Saint. I mean, he started off with the Chargers, but I think we all kind of knew that was not going to be a forever thing because Phillip Rivers, I mean, even him, he played forever in San Diego / Los Angeles Chargers, and he ended up going to Indianapolis. So, I mean, people move around. They do. So, sometimes they feel like they still got something left and they keep on going. But it says here, it's becoming increasingly unlikely that Aaron Rodgers will finish his career with the Green Bay Packers, which was also the case with previous Packers franchise quarterback Brett Favre. Exactly. That potential reality combined with Tom Brady's recent jump from New England Patriots, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, makes you wonder if Eli Manning might one day be viewed as the last long-time starting signal caller to finish his career with the same team. Wow, that's old Eli. Look at that face. Whew. Look at that face. He got that mug. And I guess he was the last guy, wasn't he? That's wild. Few ever imagined Brady anywhere except New England, and it's still difficult to envision Rodgers in a color other than green, but trade reports and rumors are still swirling as the Packers continue to sign quarterbacks. I don't look at that and think that that's, immediately off rip, I don't think that that is necessarily a red flag. I mean, teams sign quarterbacks in the offseason. That happens. That does happen. I mean, it's not a rarity, especially when if you like the Green Bay Packers know that there's some tension there. You're trying to figure it out. Now, if they can figure it out before Aaron Rodgers decides he's going to retire, then that'll give him a chance. But I mean, they're not like getting quarterbacks that they're not like trading. If they're not trading for quarterbacks, then I don't think that's something really to worry about. As a Bears fan, I'll ravish the moment when Rodgers leaves. He hurt my soul more than enough. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers definitely owns the Chicago Bears. But that may be changing, at least for the teams, soon enough. It's, the Bears made a hell of a move, man. I mean, that to me was the move of the draft. That was the move of the draft. They moved up and got Justin Fields. And I mean, I think Justin Fields is going to do pretty well. I think he's going to do pretty well in the NFL. I think he is, I think he's a little bit underrated right now. Which, I mean, that's probably good for him that he is a little underrated to a certain extent. Because, being a first-round quarterback comes with a lot of pressure. And they got Andy Dalton in Chicago, so, let him play out. I mean, I would let Andy Dalton play the whole season. I wouldn't even be thinking about putting in Justin Fields. Let him learn the game. Let him learn the ropes and understand, how to be a professional. And then you can, start getting him the reps later in the season. If the season's not going anywhere, you start peppering him in there in the second half of the season and getting them some reps. But even then, you still got to be a little bit conservative, because if that guy's going to be your franchise quarterback, I say play the long game and let him develop in a more methodical way than what we've been seeing with quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, to me, that's one of the most mind-boggling things that I've seen in the last, 10, 15 years in the NFL, is that quarterbacks don't even get time to get ready no more. Like, you usually draft your first round quarterback and he sits for at least a year. You got you're drafting him to come in to be the successor to somebody who's been there for a while, or somebody who is, a stopgap, and you want to get to a point where that guy can manage the team, manage the offense until the drafted quarterback, begins to show that progress. I mean, you would be amazed, like these young quarterbacks who, less than 50% of those first round quarterbacks are going to just come out and be guns blazing. Like some of them they need like 6-8 months to kind of like get it together, like get with it. I mean, you don't want to rush that along sometimes, especially when like the franchise and the coaching job depends on it. You want to kind of take your time with that. I always felt like, but the Packers, hey, all good things must come to an end at some point, because the Bears, if they play it right, they can snatch away control of their division for years to come, because you already know you're closer to the end of Aaron Rodgers' than you are to the end of Justin Fields. So you got an opportunity, Chicago. Don't screw this shit up. Don't screw it up. Funny how Green Bay dumped Favre for Rodgers. Now they're doing the same thing to Rodgers. No, I don't even look at it like that, honestly, because I honestly thought that them drafting what is his name? Jordan Love, I think it is. Them drafting him at quarterback was actually the right thing to do because he can sit for 3-4 years. This dude is going to be, look, if they play it right, and that's the thing. I think Aaron Rodgers in that regard, I understand where Aaron Rodgers is coming from with him feeling like they should have been focused on drafting, weapons for the offense. And if they were going to draft a quarterback, then they should have at least given him an audience to talk about that so that he knows what it means for them to draft that quarterback. I feel like Jordan Love can be a franchise quarterback for Green Bay, but that's something that they're looking at down the road. That's not right now. Like this, I feel like every cycle in the NFL is every cycle for players in the NFL is a one contract cycle. So a one contract cycle is 4 years. So when they drafted, Jordan Love, to me, I look at that and I say, he's probably not going to be, they're probably not thinking about having him in the mix until his fourth year, until he gets into his fourth year. Cause you still got something in Aaron Rodgers. Now, if they felt that way or not, nobody knows, but yes, you do got to say something to Aaron Rodgers before you make that move. I think that was the right thing. That would have been the right thing to do for Green Bay. That dude's been playing there his whole career. He's won a Super Bowl. You owe him that. You got to talk to him about that. Let him know what it means and where their confidence is in him. So I can feel him for being pissed there. But I mean, I think it would have been foolish to pass up an opportunity to get another quarterback that could be a franchise successor. Like, you don't know how big that is unless you've had it. And Green Bay has been fortunate enough to have that for decades now. So, I mean, it's not beyond comprehension that would be a move to make. When you know that your quarterback you have now, as good as he still is, he's not going to play forever. And he's what is he, 19 years in? I don't know. Shit. He's in there. He's in there. Dude's in there. He's been playing. So, you do have to plan for the future at some point. But they've had an elite quarterback in Green Bay for 2 decades, 2+. So, playing it to continue that is the smarter play. Now, the reason why I think Chicago's move was so huge is because for the first time since maybe, I don't even know. I mean, it feels like it might be for the first time in like legitimately 20 years. Or no, not 20 years. I'd say, you guys got a real love-hate more hate relationship with old boy. What's his name from Vanderbilt? The quarterback. They had Brandon Marshall with him. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, he could have been great. Could have been. He's one of those couldas. But for the first time in a very long time, it appears like Chicago has the centerpiece of their franchise in place, and it's a player who does possess the ability and the talent to be a guy to lead them back into like true contention. Because let's be real, last year, they got in. Let's not call them contenders, but they were in the playoffs. So If you're being real about it, then you know that they needed that quarterback position to be solidified. And I think they did that with Justin Fields. But let's keep going in this article. It says, and even if Rodgers remains in Green Bay in 2021, 2020 first-round pick Jordan Love's presence likely means the three-time MVP will wind up elsewhere eventually. That would give him something else in common with Brady, Drew Brees, and Peyton Manning. 14 years with Indianapolis Colts and 4 with the Denver Broncos. And Phillip Rivers, 16 years with San Diego / Los Angeles, and 1 with the Colts. In the same era, Brees did things a little differently. He finished his career with the team he spent his prime with, the Saints, but was drafted by the Chargers, where he played his first 5 seasons. Altogether, 25 quarterbacks have played and retired with at least 25,000 career passing yards in the 21st century. But only 2 of those, Manning from the New York Giants and former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo, played for just one team their entire career. And then you got Ben Roethlisberger here as well. So Big Ben's holding on by a thread, ain't he? He is holding on by a thread. Ugh. It's like have you seen his passes? His passes are like, they're like soft farts. Just kerfluffle over in the air. Like, holy shit. It says Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, 17 years and counting with Pittsburgh, and Matt Ryan, 13 years and counting with Atlanta, can still curb that. And there's hope for Russell Wilson, 9 years in with Seattle, but already some acrimony. Derek Carr, 7 years under his belt with Las Vegas Raiders. Dak Prescott, 5 years with the Cowboys, just signed a new 4-year contract. And Patrick Mahomes, 4 years and under contract with the Chiefs through 2031. Whew, they bet the house on him. We already know that, though. But it gets pretty dire pretty quickly when you run down the list. The one-team quarterback club has already lost Kirk Cousins, Joe Flacco, Jared Goff, Cam Newton, Matthew Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, and Carson Wentz. It's not as though this is an entirely new concept. Joe Montana memorably concluded his career with the Chiefs. Johnny Unitas retired as a member of the Chargers, and Frank Tarkenton enjoyed prime seasons with both the Vikings and Giants. Oh, but there were certainly more single-team quarterbacks in the 20th century. You had Dan Marino, John Elway, Jim Kelly, Troy Aikman, Dan Fouts. Yeah, they had a whole bunch. Ken Anderson, Phil Simms, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Theismann, Bob Greasy, Roger Staubach, and if we want to go further back, Bart Starr, Sammy Bowe, Otto Graham, and Sid Luckman. Yeah, that was old. Yeah, that was the old school style, though. That was the old school style. That was the old school style back then, to have quarterbacks just be the quarterback forever. I mean, it wasn't unheard of, and for most teams, for at least most of the contenders, those QBs usually got taken care of and got kept in place. But I mean, the league does evolve. It does evolve, and to a certain extent, football has been made way more complicated than it actually is by introducing all the analytics and all these different things into it. You got people who are just strictly working with numbers, trying to dictate how a football game should play out, when really it's just not that simple. It just don't happen like that. So that those were simpler days of football, I guess. But you also have quarterbacks now. I mean, players are just far more able to kind of possess leverage when dealing with teams more now than I think they ever have. I mean, players have really have really grabbed at that. In the quarterback position has just been so centralized as that must have, that piece that cannot be missing from the puzzle, that quarterbacks are self-aware that they have that kind of power now. So they try to influence decision-making within the franchise. So when they get left out of decision-making, they can also make a franchise's life much more difficult. We've seen it with Brett Favre and now with Aaron Rodgers. We've seen it with plenty of quarterbacks in the last 5 or 6 years who do have pretty good leverage pretty good leverage when dealing with teams, and teams can't, they can't try and call that bluff all the time because it can end in a disaster. I mean, look at Houston. Houston is the perfect example of a franchise trying to exert itself and trying to, grandstand over players, and thus the hubris of that pushed them to make a decision that was completely franchise busting. I mean, the Houston Texans are a busted franchise through and through. And now they got quarterback problems too, on top of that. So shit, they got all kinds of bad debt that they're dealing with. But just to finish this thing up, it says, let's see here. Obviously, free agency and salary cap are merely a quarter century old, and that's a big factor. Trades are also more common now than ever. And quarterbacks are so well protected that their shelf lives are longer. Put it all together, it's easy to see why fewer of them have remained in one spot from start to finish. But that doesn't change the fact a wire-to-wire career with one team is a beautiful thing. In fact, its beauty will only become enhanced as it becomes rarer. That might even be something Rodgers, Roethlisberger, Ryan, Wilson, Carr, Prescott, and Mahomes will want to consider when pondering their legacies. But at a certain point, the reality is they may not have total control over whether they can retire as one franchise quarterbacks. And so in a weird way, movement involving any of those players in the years to come will put another feather in Eli Manning's cap. So basically, he's trying to, I guess he's trying to in a underhanded way kind of give point out that Eli Manning has something to take pride in, that he was a quarterback who played his whole career on one team. And I mean, okay, but we know how Eli's career played. Didn't play like we all kind of figured it would in the second half. The first half of his career, excellent. But the second half, not as kosher, not as cush, definitely not as cush. But I saw some of you guys put some questions in the community tab for that you wanted me to kind of touch on in the stream. I believe one of them was about the rookies of this upcoming NFL season. And, I think I think the question was, who do I think, what rookie that isn't a quarterback do I think is going to have the biggest impact on week one? Now, I think right now it's really early to tell. It's too early to tell. I mean, they're just now doing rookie minicamp, or just finished it. So really, you got to wait until you get into OTAs, because then you get a whole team setting. The players are actually able to go against other players, because right now in rookie minicamp, they're not going against other, it's not offense against defense. Mainly they're running drills. Mainly they're simulating team periods where they'll have, an offense out there, but these are all rookies. So it's really just introducing them to the basics of NFL practice and what the drills that they're going to do consist of, and all those little things that they're going to need to know, because once the team gets there, things are going to speed up significantly. And if you're not, if they don't give you a crash course in it during rookie minicamp, then it's much harder to really, it's much harder to keep up, once the team gets there, because you're not going to get as many reps, but you're going to be expected to be in there and fully aware of what drills are supposed to be done in what way. Because, I remember my first rookie minicamp, it was like, damn, because it was just me and one other lineman, and we were doing all the drills by ourselves. I think there was like one other lineman. We had 3 linemen. So we were just doing all these drills during the individual period, and it's like there's no rest. And I'm just like, I'm struggling, because there's no rest. So it was definitely a shock to the system, but you kind of get acclimated to at least the drills. You just got to kind of poise yourself because, man, I was in that mug. I was searching for a lifeline. I'll never forget it. We got a $5 super chat from RC from NYC. Says, what's up, Uche? What's up, chat? To me, it feels like more and more teams are doing piecemeal fixes to their franchises instead of looking long term. Yeah, no, man, I agree. I think that you're getting a lot of teams that just allow themselves to feel that pressure of, okay, we drafted this guy first round. He has to go in and play right now. We need him to play right now. I mean, not everybody's ready to play right now. It's not always like that. Like even being out there, I mean, it can go well, which can help hasten the process of progression for that player. But if it goes bad, it can be pretty destructive to that player's psyche and their career, because then all of the chatter starts to come in if they're not playing well, and people are starting to question whether that person was really a worthy first round pick. People are starting to question whether the GM knows what he's doing. Now you've got all this pressure that starts to build up around the entire franchise, and things can get really ugly. I seen it happen. So, yeah, it's early right now. There's no real telling what players are gonna kind of separate themselves or show that they have that ability to come in and just be instantly effective as rookies. A lot of times, you'll see coaches really use a first round pick. It's more so on defense, I think. More so on defense. They might use a first round pick in certain packages to start in the first few games and then start to kind of get them into the rotation as a starter. And usually I think that happens more with linebackers and secondary than with defensive line. Defensive line, usually that first round pick is a defensive end. So he's out there day one usually. But with linebackers and safeties, you kind of see them get mixed into the rotation. They're getting their reps off of certain packages, and then as they continue to progress and get more in tune with it, then they start getting they're out there every snap. But top 10 picks usually they're out there every snap. Usually they get put out there first, but I feel like even sometimes that's you have to kind of have some restraint with that. I mean, not everybody progresses as quickly as some of these scouts might think when it comes to playing at the next level. It is a different speed. It's a different kind of football. It's not the same. Joe Burrow is back on track. It looks like he's ready to go for the season. He has his doctor who did his knee surgery, according to Adam Schefter. They say he's ready to go. He's on track for full go for the start of the season. And that's coming from his doctor, Dr. Neil Elatrash. I don't know. But yeah, that dude had a torn ACL and torn MCL last year. Oh man, that play. I remember it. He got destroyed, and his knee got folded, and it was ugly. It was ugly. But I really hope this dude does well, man. I like Joe Burrow. I really do like him. I think he's going to change Cincinnati's franchise for the better, really. I really do think that. I just wish they would have drafted a tackle for him with their first pick so that he don't have to get his shit blown out again, because that looks like a possibility if they aren't careful. But, they went with the wideout that I believe he played with at LSU, so definitely going to be a familiarity there. But if he can't get the ball off, it ain't going to matter. He's going to be getting his ass destroyed. So, shoot, you got to think about that. That's the thing that I never – sometimes I just don't get it with with general managers. Like, that's the obvious move that you need to make. I mean, the dude was getting hammered all last season before he even got hurt. And he was still actually, performing. But damn, I mean, get him some blocking. Make some trades. Shoot. Make some trades. I mean, the car doesn't go if the engine ain't running. And the engine of an offense is the offensive line. O-line. That's what it is. If they can't learn that simple, like, fundamental truth about football, then it doesn't really matter who you have at receiver or at quarterback. If you don't put blockers in front of him that can block, he's going to get hammered. Quarterback is going, and you know what that does to a quarterback? That kills confidence. When a quarterback's confidence gets killed, that's when they turn into busts. It's there's a pecking order to how they fall down and hit every branch of that tree that turns them into a bust. And that is when they don't have confidence, when they don't have clear coaching, and when they don't have, weapons, when they don't have protection. I mean, Joe Burrow's athletic too. The boy can run, but he shouldn't have to be running. They need to get him protection. These cats just really, they really just don't understand that for some reason. Vikings or Bengals? Ooh, this year? I'm going to go with Bengals. I think Bengals are going to be solid. I don't think they're going to be, I don't think they're going to be over 500, but I think that they could pull a 7 and 10 or 8 and 9 now, since they added a game to the season. So Vikings had a lot of problems. Vikings had a lot of problems that they needed to fix on defense. Their defense was, it was Swiss cheese last year. They were getting ran through. And the offense was having its issues. We're still not sure what Kirk Cousins really is. I don't think he's an elite quarterback, but I think he is a better than average quarterback. And he is good, but not great. He has moments where he looks great, but those are fleeting moments. I really don't think that he's the guy that's going to push. He's not getting them anywhere. I mean, not into any Super Bowl, that's for sure. But their running back is a beast. I know that. But here's something that I thought y'all might think is pretty funny, because I definitely think it's funny. Let me make sure that this sound is on here, right? Yeah. Okay, so I literally saw this before I came on the live stream, and it was freaking hilarious. So this cat jumps out of this building.
It goes nice on the flight. 518, so this is caught on camera. A cat putting one of its dogs to the test, jumping out of a 5th floor window in Chicago.
That cat jumped out of a burning building.
That is indeed a leap of faith.
Totally fine.
They always land on their feet.
I know.
Even on the grass from 5 stories. Popped up and ran away like nothing ever happened. Kind of like that deer that guy hit in front of me in Carolina.
Look at this cat. This cat literally just launched, said, fuck it.
Happened. It was crazy.
Hit the ground and took off running. It looks like Batman right here. Look at it. That cat trying to float. Anyways, thought that was funny. Thought y'all might like to see that. But yeah, so yeah, that cat, that happened a few days ago, actually. That cat flying out of the building, jumping out of a burning building. That happened a few days ago. Literally came across it like out of the blue. So I was laughing pretty hard before the stream. I thought I got to show you guys. I got to put that out there at least once. What else is going on in the sports world? We done went through the play-in tournament. Kobe Bryant got put in the Hall of Fame recently. R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe. That was dope. Seeing him getting into the Hall of Fame. We all miss Kobe. Definitely respected Kobe. Was the Mamba. LeBron is just trying too hard in my opinion. Trying too hard. And he keeps trying to get all these super teams together. So that's that. Don't really know, once he's unable to get a championship with a team, he goes somewhere else and gets more superstars together and tries to win a championship somewhere else. Ian Rappaport saying Broncos have agreed to terms with first-round cornerback Patrick Surtain II. Now, how that's such a cool thing, right? To me, that you have a father who played in the NFL, Patrick Surtain, and then you got his son who makes it as well. And he's a first-round pick. And people are already hating. Look at this. He's a bust, sadly. I think that's a cool story regardless, just because, that's got to be surreal. That's got to be surreal. Oh, man. Man, the internet don't give a damn, do it? The internet don't give a damn. Look at this. Internet's like, so what? They signed him. Look at this play where he got roasted and abused. That's just like the damn internet. Can't let nobody enjoy nothing. Look at this.
Them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Stephen A. Stephen A. That's funny. What do I think about the NBA Rookie of the Year? Who are the rookies? I don't even know. I have no way of really giving you my take on that because I haven't been watching basketball, and I don't know who any of the rookies playing in the NBA this year are. I just have not paid attention to it. I just haven't. It's just not been, just hasn't been really that exciting to me. Look at this big bastard. Just hasn't been an exciting sport to watch lately. It's just, I don't know what it is. Why I don't really care about basketball that much anymore. Part of it is, it's gotten too preachy. Part of it is, it's, oh my God, is this a real stat? Part of it is, it's just, I just haven't really felt like there's been any real reason to watch. Hasn't been any real reason to watch for me. Julio Jones, 12 catches, 300 yards. Is that a real stat? Matt Ryan says he doesn't know what the Falcons would look like without Julio Jones. Don't take one of the greats for granted. Yeah, that is a real stat. Yeah, why are they disrespecting this man? This dude is still an elite receiver. Hold on. Did something happen? No, nothing's happened. I was about to say, shoot, I'm over here wait, hold on. Shoot, something must have happened. They talking about Julio. But no, he's still there. He's still there. I think this cat right here is going to have impact. I think he's going to have instant impact. The Steelers don't really have an offensive line to speak of, but this cat is, I mean, he was a hell of a runner at Alabama. He was a hell of a runner. But I think he's going to be, I mean, if they actually try to run the ball, I think he can be somebody who can be effective. It's just the problem with the Steelers is somewhere in the last like 5 years or so, the Steelers just became a team that did not give a damn about running the ball. Like, and that's not the Steelers. The Steelers have always been a heavy run, a balanced run team at least. But more often than not, you know, they start with the run to set their own tempo, to kind of set the speed of the game. Last year was just like, it was unbelievable how they never even tried to run. At least for me, shoot. NHL first round playoffs is absolutely fire. I mean, you know what? I think I'm going to check out the NHL playoffs. I've been hearing that it's been really good. A lot of overtime games, which I love overtime games. Shoot. Love watching them. Don't love playing in them. But yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to check out. When is the next game? Who knows what time when's the next game being played? Because I'm gonna have to check it out. Let me see. I got it right here. What am I doing? Let's see. NHL. We got. Oh, somebody's playing right now. Who is this? Calgary? I don't know what I don't know what that is. Let me see. Calgary Flames, yeah. Vancouver and Calgary. What's the series? Okay, so doesn't say what the actual series score is, but whatever. Oh yeah, I love soccer. Whenever I see it, I watch it. I haven't watched much TV lately, so I just don't really be catching it. That's what it boils down to for me. That's what it boils down to. And my team actually is Bayern Munich. That's my team in that Bundesliga. Let's see here. Said Anthony Edwards highlights. Is that the basketball player? I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Let's take a quick look at it. Oh, I heard about this kid from the Wolves. Okay, so yeah, I have seen this kid.
Over a recent high draft pick. We know what he did at Texas.
Check out a couple.
Gomez is in the game, and Edwards drops.
Oh shit!
2.5-point favorite.
Hold on. Let me hit that. Let me see some dunks. Okay, there we go. So where's this kid out of? Where's this kid out of? He's a rookie playing for Timberwolves. But what college did he go to? Oh, he's from Georgia. Okay, that's a surprise. No, that's cool though. That's cool. Yeah, Bayern Munich, man, that's my team. Schweinsteiger. Oh, man, that's the team I played with all the time when I played FIFA. That's the cat I played with all the time. Shoot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try and check out some of these playoff games. There's one 7:30. Oh, they're all on tonight. 7:30, 8 o'clock, 10 p.m. Okay, I'm going to be checking them out. Let's see what they talking about. You got, what is this, New York, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and Florida. What? Or am I... Is this right? Florida and Tampa Bay. Hold on. That don't make no sense. Florida and then Tampa Bay. Like, why is it named Florida? Why isn't it named like a city? Why is it named a state? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's weird. Then you got Minnesota and Vegas. Didn't Vegas win the championship last year? The Stanley Cup? Damn, these cats are 40 and 14. They out here balling. Oh, so are these cats. Shoot. Okay. Minnesota Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, I'm going to have to check these out. I'm going to have to check them out. But, guys, that is going to be it for this live stream. I am going to watch some NHL tonight, and I'm going to let y'all know what I think. Make sure you check that community tab in the on the homepage for my channel. I'll be letting you know my thoughts on those after I check out one. I'm going to check out at least one of the games tonight. But we're going to bring this one to a wrap. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Hope you guys got home safe from work. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. And I will probably be live streaming on my other channel tonight. Going to be going over that big merger with Warner Brothers and Discovery and what that might mean for the Snyderverse. But anyways, I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you smash that like button. Appreciate you guys so much once again. Y'all have a good one. See y'all soon. Peace.